Fortunately for the Portuguese, Queen Nzinga was not interested in making a deal. She turned down their offer and continued to fight the Portuguese for control of the coast. She played the two rival European powers against each other, making alliances and switching allegiances as she pleased. Nzinga continued this cat and mouse game until the Portuguese got the message. Eventually, Nzinga succeeded in pushing the Portuguese back to the coast, where she forced them to sign a treaty giving her people control over the interior. This was a huge victory for Nzinga and her people, but it came at a great cost. Millions of people were killed and whole villages were destroyed. This war lasted for years and was extremely brutal, but it paid off. There, she established one of the largest and most powerful states in Central Africa. Now, during this time, the mighty Kingdom of Congo was on its last legs. It had been decimated by years of slave trade and warfare. However, Nzinga saw an opportunity here. With Congo weakened, she led her armies to conquer its cities, defeating the king and forcing him to flee. She then proclaimed herself the new ruler of Congo and proceeded to install her puppet kings in the areas she conquered. However, the people of Congo hated the rule of Queen Nzinga. They preferred their old king and were furious with Nzinga for installing puppets instead of returning their king. Little did they know that the queen had laid a long con. She had no intentions of ruling Congo. All she wanted was its wealth and manpower. Once she looted the kingdom, she installed her own people in positions of power and returned to her original kingdom of Matamba. Despite this, Nzinga was not satisfied. She still had one more battle to win, one that would make her a legend. This time, however, the enemy was not a colonial power, but her own subjects. You see, when Nzinga seized power in Angola, she did not free her people from slavery. In fact, she continued to enslave them. Many of her subjects revolted, but they were always crushed. Those who survived fled to the mountains and formed secret societies dedicated to ending Nzinga's reign. The queen knew about these societies and their plans to overthrow her, but she didn't care. She was too busy expanding her empire and crushing her enemies. But the rebels had one major advantage over the queen. They knew the terrain of the area like the back of their hands. They also had the support of the local chiefs who hated Nzinga for her arrogance. With all these advantages on their